Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. This is Abdul Ghaffar Abbasi here to conduct chemistry class. Today we will discuss the topic that is energy changes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. These are basically the contents of the chapter. What we will discuss in this chapter. Number one topic is exothermic reactions. We will discuss the exothermic reactions, definitions of the exothermic reaction, and then we will discuss also the examples. Third is content of the chapter is characteristics of the exothermic reactions. Then similarly we will discuss the another topic, that is endothermic reactions. Examples we will discuss, characteristics of the endothermic reaction, that what are the characteristics of the endothermic reaction. Then very important topic is that we will discuss the comparison between exothermic reaction and endothermic reactions. Then at the end we have the plenary regarding endothermic reactions and exothermic reactions. In the second slide we will discuss the enthalpy change, energy level diagrams. Then there will be the classwork related to the past paper questions, activation energy, energy profile diagrams. Similarly we will have the classwork and the past paper questions also. Bond breaking and bond making. Last, the topic which we will discuss, that will be how can we tell that the reaction is endothermic or exothermic through different approaches. The one approach we will discuss in this topic, that will be the calculations of the overall change in enthalpy. Then at the end there will be homework, and that will be related to the past paper questions. So now let's look at and discuss the first topic, that is the endothermic exothermic reactions. Definition of the exothermic reaction is that exothermic reactions release or give out heat or thermal energy to their surroundings. This exothermic is a compound word and it is made up of two words. One is exo means out, and therm means heat energy. So in exothermic reactions, heat energy will be emitted out, or we can say that heat energy will be released. So this is the definition of the exothermic reaction. Those reactions which give out the heat energy or thermal energy to the surrounding, that we can say that they are the exothermic reactions. Now look at the examples of the exothermic reactions. Examples 1, we will discuss that physical examples or physical processes like condensation, freezing, dissolving of anhydrous salts in water. Anhydrous salts, as you know, that those salts which are without water, they are known as the anhydrous salts. And when we dissolve anhydrous salt in water, then they will become hydrated salts, and this is basically the exothermic reactions. Anhydrous sodium carbonate, when we dissolve anhydrous sodium carbonate in water, that will be exothermic reaction. Last example is dissolving of the acids in water to make dilute acids. It's also the examples of the exothermic reactions. Now the examples, other examples which are chemical reactions or chemical processes, like number one is the combustion of fuels, respiration, neutralization. Neutralization means acid plus alkali or acid base reaction. And last, which is very important, that is corrosion of the metals or rusting of especially iron. This is also the example of the exothermic reaction and chemical reactions, right? Now we are moving towards other examples of the exothermic reaction. As in the previous slide I told you that combustion is also the exothermic reaction in which heat energy is released to the surrounding. Now look at the example that when you burn the carbon or when you heat the carbon, then what will happen, it will produce CO2, carbon dioxide gas, and heat energy to the surrounding or to the environment, so that will be the exothermic reaction. Then this is methane, CH4. When you, this is methane, cooking or sui gas. When you burn it or heat it, then it will produce CO2 and H2O and plus heat energy also. So this is we can say that other, these are the other examples of the exothermic reaction. Then next example is respiration. This is the equation of the respiration. This is glucose formula, chemical formula of glucose, C6H12O6. Then oxygen, then CO2 will be produced and H2 and plus heat energy also. So these all are the examples of exothermic reaction. Last reaction, that is neutralization reaction, means acid and base reaction or acid and alkali. Look at this one, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. What will happen, we will get the salt, that is NaCl, sodium chloride, salt plus water. So and plus we will get similarly the heat energy also. So these are other examples of the exothermic reaction. Now one of the very important topic is that what are the characteristics of the exothermic reaction. This is very important. In exothermic reactions, heat energy is released from the reactants and transferred to the surrounding. This is the very important point which I told you right now. Then look at the next point, that the temperature of the reaction mixture rises, right? Then thus the container feels warmer, right? This is another topic, another point. Say suppose this is example, reaction between sodium hydroxide NaOH and hydrochloric acid HCl is exothermic reaction. Now look at the main important phenomena or concept in the exothermic reaction. Initially the temperature of the reaction mixture rises until the highest temperature is reached. When the highest, when the reaction is complete, right, then what will happen, the temperature of the reaction mixture falls until it reaches room temperature. This is the main mechanism in the exothermic reaction. Now look at this one, when you react sodium hydroxide with hydrochloric acid, now look at here, initially the temperature will rise, and it will rise until the highest or maximum temperature is achieved. Then reaction, then what will happen, then again it will, temperature will fall to the room temperature. This is the main concept of the exothermic reaction. Now we are discussing the endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions absorbs or take in heat or thermal energy from the surroundings. And as you know that this is also the compound word endo, as initially I told you in exothermic reaction. Endo means in, and therm, as you know that I told you earlier, that is heat energy. So endothermic reactions are those reactions which absorb or take in heat energy from the surroundings. Now look at the examples. Similarly, as I told you in the exothermic reactions, physical processes, evaporation, melting, and now this is very important, dissolving of the some ionic compounds, like ammonium chloride is an ionic compound, potassium chloride hydrated, it's hydrated copper sulfate in water. Now in this endothermic reaction we will dissolve those basically compounds which are hydrated with water. So this is opposite to the exothermic reactions. Now other examples of the endothermic reactions, like chemical reactions. Number one, photosynthesis, action of light of silver bromide in photographic flame. And then this is another very important example, that thermal decomposition. uh, these are those reactions in which you supply the heat energy. That is the reaction, it is called as the thermal decomposition. Heating of the calcium carbonate to produce calcium oxide and CO2, right? So look at this reaction. uh, I'm writing here CaCO3. This is calcium carbonate. When you heat it, then what will happen, it will produce the calcium oxide, CaO, plus CO2, carbon dioxide gas. These are the products. When you heat calcium carbonate, you will get two products, that is calcium oxide and calcium carbonate. Now these are other examples of the endothermic reaction. Number one, as right now I have discussed, that is the thermal decomposition of carbonates, nitrates, and hydroxides. Now the number one is calcium carbonate. It's in solid state. When you heat it, it will produce two products. Number one, calcium oxide is in solid state, then CO2, carbon dioxide gas. Second example is that lead nitrate. It is in solid state, it will produce lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas, and then oxygen is also a gas. Then third example is that copper hydroxide. It's in solid state, it will produce copper oxide in solid state, and then water, which is in gaseous state, right? So similarly you have to heat here also, and in this reaction also. Now next, second example is that photosynthesis, in which CO2 reacts with water. CO2 will come from the environment, and then what will happen, then there will be the product which will be glucose. This is the photosynthesis, food of the plant prepared in the leaves, right? Leaves are called as the food factories of the plants, and then they will also produce the oxygen gas, which will be very, you can say that, important in this in our environment, right? The last example is that dissolving of anhydrous salt, means without water. Look at here, dissolving of anhydrous salt, ammonium nitrate, and then when you dissolve water in it, it will be an aqueous form, ammonium nitrate. So these are the examples of the endothermic reactions. Now similarly we will discuss the characteristics of endothermic reactions also. Number 1 point, in endothermic reactions heat energy is absorbed and transferred from surrounding to the reactants because it is absorbed. This is one point. Second point is that if it is absorbed, then what will happen? The temperature of the reaction mixture falls, thus the container feels cool or cooler, right? This is second point. Now we are discussing the example. dissolving of sol Dissolving of solid ammonium chloride in water is endothermic reaction. Right, now we'll look at here what will happen. Initially the temperature of the reaction mixture falls until the lowest temperature is reached. This is you can say that inversely proportional or opposite to the exothermic reaction, right? In exothermic reaction was, you know, rise, there was a rise in the temperature, right? But here there is a fall, temperature will fall, right? When the reaction is complete, right, the temperature of the reaction mixture rises until it reaches to the room temperature. Now look at the diagram of this. Now look at here, initially what will happen? The temperature is decreased, it's falling, right? Here the reaction is complete, then what will happen? The temperature again will start to rise until to the maximum temperature. This is the main mechanism of endothermic and the exothermic reaction. Now we are, and look at here the example ammonium chloride, and it is reacted with water, dissolved in water. Now the comparison between endothermic and the exothermic reactions, these are very important points. Number 1 point is that heat energy is released in to the surrounding in exothermic reaction. Here the heat energy is absorbed from the surrounding. Second point, here the temperature of the system is increased, however here the temperature of the system is decreased. Third point, here the container becomes hot, here the container becomes cold. Second last point, enthalpy change in heat energy is negative here. An exothermic reaction, enthalpy change is positive in endothermic reactions. Last point, very important point, products have less energy than the reactants in exothermic reaction because they will, you can say that, emit out the heat energy, and here the products have more heat energy than the reactants because they absorb the heat energy. These are very important points when we compare the endothermic and exothermic reactions. I hope this will be clear. Now the at the end, the plenary related to endo and exothermic reactions. Now the how we will summarize our topic. Endothermic reactions are those reactions which absorb the heat energy from the surroundings. In endothermic reaction, the temperature will fall and the container becomes cold. Second point. Third, this is because the heat energy or thermal energy is absorbed from the surroundings in endothermic. Last point, in an endothermic reactions, reactants have less energy than the products, right? So this was the plenary related to endothermic reactions. Now we are moving towards the exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions release exothermic reaction releases heat energy to the surroundings. In exothermic reaction, the temperature will rise and container becomes hot. This is because the heat energy or thermal energy is released to the surroundings. Then the last point is that in an exothermic reactions, the reactants have more energy than products. So this was the plenary related to the exo and endothermic reactions. I hope this will be clear, and then we will discuss the second other topics in our other lecture. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.